Welcome to the Stress Outlet. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here in Seattle at I don't know, it's a fun place. And so we're talking about all these ways to become unstuck, right? I'm Dr. Unstuck. Got that wonderful new name from my mastermind friends. And so that's what I do. I help people get unstuck. And another way to help us get unstuck, we're talking about limiting beliefs, which is leading me straight to assumption making. Straight to assumption making, because we often, when we're locked into this unconscious bias, we then make assumptions about ourselves and about other people. And one big way to set ourselves free is to stop doing that. And we were talking in the last reel about confirmation bias and seeking out which we already believe to be true, assumption, and also ignoring evidence to the contrary, assumption, because we're kind of sticking like super glue to our old behavior. So when we become more aware of that, making assumptions about ourselves, unless they're good ones, because we've talked about that too, assuming that things always work out for me. That's a good assumption. However, we're talking about the ones that bring us down, the limiting beliefs, are the assumptions we make based on messages we've heard from the past. So this also helps, just like anything else, the better we get with how we treat ourselves, we are also better with when it comes to other people. So, to stop making assumptions without, because the only way to really know how someone feels is to ask. To really know, really the only way to know what someone thinks is to ask. And it's very much the same with ourselves, to really, sort of quiz ourselves on what is actually going on right now, instead of assuming. Actually knowing what's going on with us, instead of making assumptions based on past beliefs. Because the truth is, just like we've been saying, one of the best ways to really, I gotta clear my head here. I've got people walking around all over the place. One of the things we need to do to bust free and to bust through that glass ceiling is to rehearse. I can't emphasize this enough. So break through the assumptions, and we gotta throw as much emotion into the new assumption, the new belief system, as we can possibly do, because that emotion is what drives that belief, strengthens that belief to get us to land on a whole new landing pad, rather than that emotional home where we are so used to and maybe even addicted to landing on. That whole not enough landing pad, the whole shame-based landing pad, the whole deprivation-based landing pad. We got to start fresh, bust through, and throw tons and tons of rehearsed emotion at the new belief system. And before you know it, you'll start to make little steps. You'll start to notice the changes in yourself, and you'll be stepping in to that new persona like a new outfit.